Hello there guys, and welcome back to another xplane 12 video. In this video, we will be taking a look at the recently released activesky XP12, the weather generation tool replacement for the default xplane 12 weather. Please note that activesky XP12 does not change the visual representation of the clouds. They are the same volumetric clouds generated by xplane 12. However, the meteorological data that is injected in this sim is what's in question. And we are going to conduct a comparison to see which weather generation engine provides more accurate weather in this sim. So let's get started. First, let's take a look at the basic setup of activesky XP12. Once you have successfully installed and launched activesky XP12, and if you're a previous user, things will look very familiar. The user interface is exactly the same. All the settings and the options are exactly in the same place as well. Let us now take a quick look on how to configure activesky XP12 for xplane. To do this, we're going to go to the weather menu. We're going to select Customize Weather, and we're going to select Manually Enter Weather. Once you have done this step, go ahead and click Done and resume your flight. You can then launch activesky XP12. Please note that if activesky XP12 was running at the time you changed the weather to manual, you might need to restart activesky XP12 to have the weather downloaded and injected into the sim at your current aircraft position. It will automatically detect xplane and starts downloading and injecting the weather. From the Conditions tab, we can see the current conditions at the aircraft position. Currently partly cloudy, with a temperature of about 32 Fahrenheit or 0 Celsius, a dew point of -2, and surface winds of 173 at 1 knot. We can also note the visibility more than 10 miles, no precipitation reported at this point, with an altimeter of 1015. We can still listen to the ATIS frequency by using the default radio frequency 122.0.
Lima, Sierra, Mike, Delta, Airport Information, India, 0350, Zulu, Weather, Wind, 12.
Also worth noting that some options in this version of activesky XP are no longer applicable to xplane 12. Let's take a look. If you go to the Options menu under the Wind options, and look at the surface crosswind attenuation percentage and override xplane turbulence. Both of these options are not applicable to xplane 12. I'm not sure what effect they'll have on the representation of weather in this sim, but I felt that this was worth noting. Also note that the Textures option is not available in xplane 12, as xplane 12 uses volumetric cloud depiction and not 2D clouds. All the other options and features are exactly the same as the previous version. Let us now answer the question that everyone is wondering about. Which of the two provides more accurate weather? xplane 12 default weather or activesky XP12? Let's take a look. Let us now begin the comparison between the weather generated by the default xplane 12 weather engine versus activesky XP12. I have consulted real-world weather sources for the METAR information. We are currently situated at Prague Airport, Lima Kilo Papa Romeo. We have a few clouds in the sky, and this is the scene from above the clouds. This is the currently generated weather by xplane 12 default. And now let's take a look at the same exact location at the same time with activesky XP. The results are quite surprising. There are no clouds whatsoever in the sky. And this is another look from above at Prague Airport with activesky XP12. As you can see, there are no clouds whatsoever. If we look at the generated weather by activesky XP12, we'll see that it's very different from the weather generated by xplane 12. So which one is more accurate? If we look here at the METAR at Prague, we can see that the winds are 7 knots at 110 degrees, cloud and visibility okay, and the current temperature is 6 Celsius with an altimeter of 1021. Looking at the weather generated by activesky XP, we can see that it is pretty much a one-to-one match with whatever is reported by the actual real-world METAR. When we look again at the weather generated by xplane 12, we can see that some things are a little off. Let us now take a look at another example. In this example, we're looking at a view from above the clouds at Valdez Airport. We can see the scattered clouds as well as a strange buildup right here. This is the weather currently reported by the xplane 12 default weather. We'll note the few cumulus and the altitude, as well as a broken cumulus and the altitude as well. We'll also take notice of the surface wind or the ground level wind here, 43 degrees, 3-knot wind. Also, if we look here at the altimeter is 1002. In comparison, let's take a look at activesky XP12. We are now looking at the weather generated by activesky XP12. As you can see, things are looking extremely different, including the ground level winds and direction, as well as the representation of the clouds. We have few stratus at 3,700 feet AGL, overcast stratus at 8,000 AGL, as well as overcast stratus at 11,000 feet MSL. All right, let's now take a look at the actual METAR for Valdez Airport. Consulting the same weather service, ADDS, and looking at the METAR at Valdez Airport, we can see a reported 3-knot, 360-degree wind with visibility of 8 miles, few clouds at 3,700, broken at 8,000, and an overcast of 11,000. Now, we can verify that the weather generated by activesky XP12 is exactly per the METAR that we just read, whereas xplane 12 is a little bit off. As you can see here, the activesky XP12 generated weather is more accurate than the xplane 12 default weather. One thing I've noticed in activesky XP12 is that it does not always respect the download interval of 5 minutes that I have set in the options. In some cases, it takes a lot more than 5 minutes to download the updates. Also, what I've noticed that once the weather is downloaded by activesky XP12, it can take up to 2 minutes for the changes to appear in this sim. Based on all the tests that I have performed thus far consulting real-world weather services, I can confirm that the weather generated by activesky XP12 is more accurate than the weather generated by xplane 12 default weather generation engine. I have some good news for existing users of activesky XP. If you are an existing user, the upgrade to activesky XP12 is free of charge. If you are not an existing user of activesky XP and looking for the Q8 pilot recommendation, I definitely do recommend activesky XP12 as it injects far more realistic weather into the sim based on real-world METAR data. Well folks, this brings us to the conclusion of our short video today. I hope that you have found it useful and insightful. If you have any questions, as usual, please do post them in the comment section below. Until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye for now.